My name is Anastasia, and I will share with you today some facts about the representation of women in the energy sector. Or I should better say their underrepresentation, which remains significant despite the progress made in gender equality and women's rights. A report by the International Energy Agency indicates that there are still notable disparities in employment opportunities, wages, and career trajectories. Women account for only 22% of the oil and gas workforce globally, and this number drops to just 5% when it comes to leadership positions. This underrepresentation persists in the field of clean energy, where women make up 32% of the workers. The gender gap can be explained by a range of factors, including lack of access to education and training, conscious and unconscious bias, gender stereotypes, and absence of supporting workplace policies and practices. For example, women usually face discrimination in recruitment and hiring processes. In a survey by the International Renewable Energy Agency, 75% of female respondents perceive that women face gender-related barriers to job entry in the renewable energy sector. In addition, incidents of harassment are more common in male-dominated fields and are often not taken seriously by employers or colleagues, thus creating hostile work environments that lead to anxiety, isolation, and quitting. These disparities are also reflected in the gender wage gap, with women earning on average 18% less than men in the energy sector. This wage gap widens for high-skilled female workers. Furthermore, women are less likely to hold permanent contracts and more likely to be employed in low-skilled and low-paid roles with limited opportunities for career progression, such as administrative assistants, receptionists, and customer service representatives. At the same time, women employed in the energy sector are much less likely than men to leave for a better position in another firm within the sector. These reflect both general access barriers to high-wage occupation within and between firms, aka the glass ceiling, and their disadvantage regarding individual bargaining and networking. Consequently, women are less likely to be promoted to senior management positions, holding, for example, a bare 8% in the wind industry. The lack of representation at senior levels can make it difficult for women to influence decision making and push for gender equality within the industry. The gender gap in the energy sector starts early in the pipeline, with girls and women facing barriers to accessing education and training in STEM subjects. According to the UNESCO Institute for Statistics, women account for 35% of STEM students globally. This trend continues in academia, as women make up only 30% of the world's researchers, and this percentage becomes particularly acute in STEM fields, for example, about 15% in engineering. Women are also more likely to be employed in lower ranks, such as junior researchers, postdoctoral researchers, and non-tenure track faculty. These positions are again characterized by lower pay, less job security, and limited opportunities. The gender gap in STEM education and academia results in a shortage of qualified women, female role models, and mentors in the energy sector. And since women provide about 2/3 of unpaid care work in the EU, meaning taking care of children, elderly, and housework, they also face challenges balancing work and family responsibilities, particularly in countries with limited support for maternity and paternity leave and flexible working arrangements. This can lead to women being forced to choose between having a family and advancing their careers, further contributing to their underrepresentation in higher positions. Having said this, the representation of women in the energy sector, and especially in clean energy, is critical for creating a diverse and inclusive workforce and achieving sustainability. Therefore, we need policies and initiatives that promote gender equality, access to education and training, and equal opportunities for career development and progression. We must challenge gender stereotypes and biases and promote a more inclusive and respectful workplace culture. By doing so, we can build a more sustainable and equitable energy sector and ultimately a better world for all.